Good evening. We begin tonight with some breaking news. The Golden Police Department is mourning the loss of an officer killed on the job.
He and another officer were hit by a suspected drunk driver tonight while dealing with a crash on Highway 58. A procession to take that officer to the Jefferson County Coroner's Office is just wrapping up now. It was a fairly short distance. There were vehicles from a number of metro area law enforcement agencies that were there. Once they arrived at the coroner's office, people began to leave their vehicles to line up along a route where presumably the officer will be escorted into the coroner's office. I'll tell you a little bit about how this happened. About 5 o'clock tonight, there was a crash on Highway 58 in Washington Avenue. Two officers come to assist, male officer and a female officer. That's when they're hit by this suspected drunk driver, hit hard enough that they were pinned under the vehicle. The male officer died on the scene. The female officer was taken to the hospital. Serious injuries, is expected to survive. About an hour ago, we heard from the Golden Police Chief talking about what a remarkable man they lost.
We'd like to tell you a few things about the officer. He's an amazing human being. He has had a long, stellar career in the military, where he flew Black Hawk helicopters and served as a commander. He will be survived by a wonderful wife, a sister, and parents.
It's tough to listen to Chief Harvey tonight. He talked about the officer he lost and about the department, he said, that will deeply, deeply miss him and have so much respect and gratitude for someone that served his country and also served his community. 33 years old, and when we think about that, the officer's name has not been released. The chief said his wife doesn't want that released at this moment. We completely understand. There's some out-of-state family that needs to be brought in, and under these circumstances, you can understand why they don't need that out there. Rachel Krause is joining us now. She was in Golden. You listened to the chief talk tonight. Really a devastating night for that department on what is a call of duty that they make all the time.
Yeah, Cam, Golden's Police Chief Joe Harvey was just shaken up. You could see visibly devastated, tears in his eyes as he gave us an update, telling us a little bit more about the crash that took place here earlier this evening. He says this all started when two Golden officers were helping out on a traffic crash that had happened here along Highway 58 in Golden, just near Washington Avenue earlier today. Officers were outside of the car when they were hit by a suspected DUI driver. They were both trapped underneath the driver's vehicle. One officer, a woman, she was taken to the hospital. She has serious injuries but is expected to survive. Another officer, a 33-year-old man, was killed. Chief Harvey says he was a decorated military service, had a history of that, and was just an amazing person.
Internally, he's going to be survived by 71 members of his Golden family. Who love and care for him deeply. Obviously, this is a very difficult situation, and particularly for a city like Golden, but more broadly for the law enforcement family.
Police are not sharing the officer's name at this time at his family's request. Now, just in the past 20 or 30 minutes or so, we watched the procession of officers who'd been lined up here along State Highway 58 for quite some time. They'd been waiting out here for about an hour or so. They were all lined up near the site of where that crash took place here earlier. Many officers standing outside of their cruisers for more than an hour waiting to salute that officer's body as he was driven past in an ambulance on his way to the coroner's office. Now, as for the driver in this case, that person was taken into custody and arrested on suspicion of suspected impairment. Again, that scene blocked off here along Highway 58 more than 4 hours after that crash first began. Reporting live in Golden, Rachel Krause, 9 News.
Golden Police, of course, one of the oldest police departments in Colorado, dates back to 1872. In our research tonight, we could not find another line of duty death for Golden Police. It's not on the Colorado Law Enforcement Memorial, which dates back about 100 years. It's not on the National Law Enforcement Memorial, which also dates back about a century. Not to say that it didn't happen a very long time ago, but certainly not recently has this department experienced a loss like this.
No, and our hearts go out to them right now, but they will be dealing with this for a very, very long time, and it will never be the same for any of them when they think about, and especially that area, which is so close to their police department itself where this happened. This is the coroner's office. The officers have lined up, and many of them gotten out of their cruisers and the vehicles to also pay their respects and share in this tribute tonight. Given the fact this happened just hours ago, the volume of officers that have shown up from around the metro area and the State Patrol to be there, and many of them also showing up at the hospital too, to support the other officer who survived, is expected to survive, his partner. It's incredible. Their actions speak volumes tonight.
Mm-hmm. A reminder for all of us, even people who would never in a million years think about driving while under the influence, just a reminder to move over and give these officers room to work on the side of the road. It's not just a courtesy, it is the law in Colorado to move over if you can. Slow down, you must, if you're passing first responders working along the side of the road, or tow crews as well. And in this case, what it sounds like from what the chief was saying, this was a drunk driver, suspected drunk driver, who then also did not move over and struck these two officers. Just a horrible, horrible tragedy tonight in Golden, and one that is going to impact that community and the law enforcement community in the metro area for a long time to come. This is the first time in 12 months that a first responder in Colorado has died in the line of duty, the first line of duty death since last November, when Cortez Police Sergeant Michael Moran was shot and killed during a traffic stop, like the 33-year-old who was killed in the line of duty today in Golden. Sergeant Moran down in Cortez was also somebody who had first served our country and then served our community. We'll keep an eye on things there in Golden and keep you updated throughout the evening.